everyone, thanks for watching this video. I'm in Prineville, Oregon at a bike park that I helped build. In this video, I'm going to bring you the 5 best tips from season 2 as well as some fun facts along the way. Make sure to give this video a like. Without further ado, let's get started. You will now. It's everywhere. In fact, when you notice, since I've gotten it and it's muffled, it'll be flipped inside my shirt and I don't know it.
Be the gateway for the rest of the tricks that we're going to learn in this video. Learning how to do Timmy turn bars also helps you increase your bike control. I always tell my students.
So that's why I started telling the second camera person, let me know if you see it flipped inside my shirt, because it sucks.
You get a snappy thing too?
No, because we're not doing like tips.
Snappy thing.
Class is in session. You've been duped. Like when Atreyu snaps his fingers, he can't snap very loud. So I put in a clip of my sound from my snap when he does it. So when you watch a video of him snapping and you hear that, that's me snapping. But it just shows a video of him. Snap your finger. And the 5th best tip from season 2 is one of my favorite things to teach people when they start loosening up and learning new tricks on their bike, and that is to keep your eyes on your front pedal when you're doing no-footed tricks. When I started eyeballing my front pedal and making sure that if all I do is just get that foot on the pedal, I started striking my shin a lot less often. So this is why it's one of my favorite tips, is started keeping my shins a lot more safe, and it's one of the things I teach people when they start getting into this. When you start working with no-footed tricks, you're going to want to wear your shin guards. Your pedals are going to start biting your legs as you make mistakes. One of the best tips for a no-footer is to keep your eyes on the front pedal. You want to make sure that you get that front pedal on first. So if you're left foot forward, make sure you get that left foot on. If you're right foot forward, make sure to get that right foot on. This will limit your chances of getting a pedal strike to the shin. The 4th best tip from this season is finally teaching you how to roll out from a fakie. In this video, I explained to you that you need to turn a lot more than you think, and that for beginners, it's okay to just add that chain pressure to stop yourself and roll yourself forward again. This is one of the best tips to get you started with rolling out from fakie. So as you get better and better at riding backwards, you can start learning how to ride in a circle, because when you're beginning to roll out, you're going to need to turn way more than you think you do. In fact, half of the rollout is just turning. Once you're comfortable riding in a circle, you can set your front pedal forward and you can start putting pressure down and just kind of stop that movement and start riding forward again. This is okay for beginners because this teaches you how to put pressure on your chain with your feet in the right position to hold your balance and ride away from the fakie. But as you get better and better at this technique, you're going to start going a little bit faster, getting a little bit more comfortable, and you'll be able to use that chain pressure to flip that front wheel around. You know, it takes me about 23 hours to make each of these videos. As far as planning, scripting what I'm going to say, getting together with a filmer, going to location, filming, editing, proof watching it, showing it to people, making sure that they approve of it, releasing it to my membership club first, and then finally releasing it to public. Ready for number 3? All right. The third best tip from season 2 is the drill that I have you do when learning rear wheel lifts. A lot of people get on their bike and just try to lift up that rear wheel. If you're having trouble with it, there's actually a flat ground drill you can do. In order to get that rear wheel lift, you're going to want to use your hands and twist your grips forward as hard as you can. And at the same time, you actually have to use your feet on your pedals and toe down in order to scoop those pedals and get that rear wheel off the ground. What we want to show everybody is an exercise that you can do to get better at using your feet to scoop the pedals. And so what we're going to do is stand with one foot on the ground and one foot on our pedal, and we're going to try to use our hands and lift up the entire bike. Okay, stand on one foot, put one foot on the pedal, and lift your whole bike up and hold it. And it's really good practice to try to balance here for as long as you can. In order to do this drill right, you're going to feel that you're twisting those grips forward and you're toeing down with that foot that's on the pedal and pushing back on it so you can lift the bike up. Make sure to practice with both feet. So we're going to switch our feet and do it again this way. Rear wheel lifts can take a long time to learn, so stay patient, but make sure that you keep practicing it, because once you learn how to do it, you are going to be able to do it every single day. Here's a fun fact. I started a whole new video series this season called Quick Tips, where I'm breaking down 60-second quick tips about random topics. A lot of the topics were recommended by my viewers and members. Shred Crew members have access to the entire list of quick tip videos on my YouTube. If you're not a Shred Crew member, you may not be able to see that list is even there. You can join the Shred Crew by following the Patreon link in the description below, or simply visiting my website. On my website, there's even a free tier that you can join, and you can be a part of the Shred Crew at no cost. The second best tip from this season is the importance of learning how to loop out. And I actually made a video describing a lot about it, so that way you can avoid some things that beginners do that usually slows down their progress, and you can streamline straight to what you need to do to keep yourself a little bit safer and more confident when it comes to manuals. The next best thing that you can do for bailing is eliminating your fear of looping out. Practice looping out on purpose, taking your feet off of the pedals at the same time so you can land on your feet and walk away from the loop out. Sometimes you might loop out a little bit too late, you might fall on your bum. You might loop out a little bit too soon because you're trying to learn this drill, and you might land with your midsection on the seat. Some of you might try to learn how to loop out and take one foot off at a time, and you might get a result of doing the splits. So make sure that you understand right when that bike is going to pop out from underneath you so you can take both feet off the pedals and land on the ground safely. This is going to keep you way more confident and way more control when you're on the trail and when you're trying any manuals. Eliminating the fear of looping out can help you take your manuals to the next level. If the only thing that happens when you manual is to either have your front wheel come down or to land on your feet, then you have nothing to worry about. If you have nothing to worry about, you're going to commit to your manuals and you're going to manual longer. If I swallow between sentences, I have to cut the clip and reduce the sound. That's a fun fact. Okay, so my favorite tip from season 2 is really for mountain bikers to explore riding skate parks and learning how to use a flyout to gain experience jumping. And what you're going to get here is the proper technique of flying all the way off the lip. And a lot of mountain bikers don't use a skate park flyout to hone in their jumping skills like BMXers do. So make sure to check out that video and everything else you can do as a mountain biker at a skate park. The next most common thing that you get to work on by riding skate parks more often is your jumping skills. I've seen so many beginner riders have some bad accidents because they could use some more experience flying off of a lip. The skate park is awesome because you can repeat your jumping drills over and over and over, get super comfortable with flying through the air, and then start adding speed and jumping farther and farther and farther.
When somebody filming and they do tricks, you shut up.